Harucha, the dedication from the time of the Maccabees, it is there reminding people of the importance of the house of God. The care taken by the Maccabees to restore the beauty of the house of God and give God his rights back where they belong is a reminder unto us of what we hold. Recent scholarship indicates that it is quite possible that actually the place of the temple at this time would have been Mount Zion, of which it speaks precisely in the reading. The body of David is there deep down, and actually further up in the same complex is the traditional place where the Blessed Sacrament was given to mankind. We have the Holy of Holies. We have that of which what came before was but a preparation. Types and shadows have their ending, for the newer rite is here. And the Lord is keen on having the rights of his Father maintained. My house shall be a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of robbers. Translate, you, in your time, in 2019, have made of my house an assembly hall, and worse. And there is too much proclamation of the profane going on in the house of God. One goes into quite a few celebrations, especially of important events, and the main celebrant, who might actually be fairly high up in the hierarchy, would, after the opening greeting, tell people to sit down, and then there'll be all kinds of greetings to people of splendor, forgetting the Lamb of God is actually waiting for our attention, that he is the one to be honored in his own house. And then at the end, a whole load of thank you to this one and that one, each one followed by a round of applause, which then opens the correct key, of course, for what is to follow, an outburst of greeting people once it's all over, and the business of life, which is the real one, continues. Add to that the tendency to put in these greetings a little humorous point, which brings down with a crash the atmosphere to the unsacred. You have made of my house a robber's den. We have robbed God of his rights, and man is ensconced in his place. Even physically, actually, quite often what draws our attention in some of our modernized churches is the throne of the celebrant and not the Lamb of God. But there are other things too, and we need to be aware of them on this feast of the patron saint of music, sacred music in particular, St Cecilia. We have in Wales still the capacity to burst into song and to split into four voices. It's just there. It always has been. Gerald, the Welshman, talks about it in the Middle Ages already. I was at the funeral of my brother's mother-in-law quite a few months ago by now, but deeply moved. There, it's not as in a funeral in Ireland, where quite often a professional singer sings all, and the people listen and wait for it to finish. There, the Protestant Welsh way, very much still in vogue, is this. The minister enters into prayer mode, and then he welcomes all, but then will welcome particularly the organist and the Codl Cani, the raiser of the song. And he it is who will make sure that every single one in the assembly will sing, and sing they will. The chapel is full on these occasions, funerals, and they go into harmony automatically, and they repeat, and it is very, very moving. It can be done. Why leave it to just one person? The whole people of God has the right to sing and celebrate. But there is another mode in which actually a new form of speciality and specialization has come in, which is excluded in a different way, the people of God. It's that in many a parish, the singing is done by a folk group. Of Of course, it's good to include the young and to have responsibility given to them, but then what happens is that they do their own thing and people once again just sit and let it happen. It's not that was meant by participation. There is a role for the scholar, and people listen and enter into mode, but the people of God need to get into the mode of celebrating, and that means actually creating beauty, not noise but beauty. And this is what I want to land. In Wales, we don't need always to sing modern things, because why? There's beauty in the harmony of the hymns that we know. It just works. Why fix it if it's not broken? So too, we need to respect what we have received, because it still will work if we let it. Time will sift out what is worth keeping or not in the new repertoire. There are good things in different cultures and countries. I've seen in France very interesting new things. And also we have the advantage of what has come out of Thieves. There are things which can be used while shutting the eyes and go into harmony, and they are quite beautiful. The Holy Spirit is still inspiring composers. But we don't have to bring in the profane. The profane belongs in the pro-Fano, the area before the Fanum, the temple. The liturgy has its own mode, and if we want someone to imitate, it will be more our brethren the angels that we want to listen to. And they go into not four-part harmony, but many more. And by the way, they've been caught on tape. It's out of this world. The famous case of what happened in Sicily before the death of Padre Lagrua, great exorcist. He knew that something was going to happen that day, and it did. It was a very big mass celebrated, and he was consecrating, and one can hear the words of consecration, and the angels are heard. It gets louder, and it's like an orchestra. And the experts in the nearby University of Palermo analysed the tape and found that it was not anything known. No instrument could produce it. No human voice could reach those decibels and heights, and it was very interesting. Now he's no longer with us, but the power of God is unchanged. When we celebrate the liturgy, we therefore look for the best of human talent, as has the Catholic Church over the centuries. Great composers. We use only the best for God, but we must be careful not to make of the house of God also a platform for human talent only. When it draws a round of applause, it completely contaminates our praise. It draws attention to the wrong element, the wrong centre of attention. Never should we applaud somebody who's singing the praise of God in his house, in liturgy. It's completely disordered. The angels don't ask for a round of applause. Our praise is gratuitous. Liturgy is a locus where the angels and the earthly angels meet. We cannot see them usually, but we know they're there, and they're pleased when they hear echoes of their own praise, profoundly wounded when they see man making of the house of God a theatre where man is gloriously